Hey, Josh Holiday here. I'm going to answer a question today, and the question is, how do you become successful? Okay. Um, there are many facets to this. Okay, just imagine if this was success. There are all kinds of different aspects to becoming successful. Okay, but I want to tell you what has made the most difference for me. And I'm going to take my glasses off here. I've got a glare, but listen. On May 3rd, it was Saturday, okay, May 3rd, 2025, and I decided that I would, well, let me just give you some background. I was tired of kind of results that weren't coming to fruition, and I said to myself, okay, let's do something different. Okay, so that's one clue. Is number one, start to do things differently that you've never done before, and you will get results that you've never gotten before. So here's what I did. This day was a Saturday. I told my wife, children, I said, hey, I just need some time. And I decided to get crystal clear on some of the goals I wanted to create. So, what I did, I'm going to show you, is I created two things. One, my vision board. Okay. Two, I created a wall of achievements. And what's cool is, I've known that I've known that vision boards and making goals and getting clear on what you really want is key. But I haven't done it like I should. I haven't, created the clarity that really, that I could put some momentum behind. So what I did is I said, listen, I am not leaving my home office until I finish my vision board. And I said to myself, hey, I've got to make some changes. Okay. So, a little background on me. I've spent my entire life studying music, singing. I've done choirs and musicals and music camps and band and solos. I mean, you name it. I've done an incredible amount of music in my life. And then because of my grades in high school, I thought that I couldn't learn and couldn't get into college. In reality, I've got some ADHD tendencies, and school was a difficult. It was just structured, and it just, I'm a creative and an idea guy in it, and it just wasn't conducive to my kind of personality and the way my brain works. So I did make it to college in 2006, 2007. I graduated in 99, and I finally realized that, I can learn, I can do this, I can get into college. And so I studied vocal performance and got a bachelor's degree in music. In music, a bachelor's of musical arts. So my life has been fighting between music and technology, because I'm a huge techie guy. I was kind of raised with, my grandfather owned a computer company, and my dad introduced me to computers, and we just, tech. And tech pays a lot of money, and music not so much. So what do you do, right? Do you follow your dream, or do you pay your bills? Anyway, so all my life, I'm 44, and all my life, well, I'll be 44 in a week, it's been tech, music, tech, music, right? So, so I've just gone back and forth. I've tried to get music going, and I'm going to be sharing my story in other videos. But I made a decision and created some clarity. And what happened is I told myself what I wanted. And I've got this vision board in this direction. So I'm pointing to this vision board on my wall. I told myself what I wanted, and I committed to it. I said, I am going to be working towards these things. And then all my thoughts and my energy and my direction and my prayers, boom, are focusing on that, right? It's not like, what am I focusing on? There's too much, right? It's not that anymore. That's my focus. So May 3rd, I finished that vision board, as well as documenting on my wall what I've accomplished. And the next Monday, I just had a bunch of energy just pushing me forward, and I went ahead and made some decisions and tried to get an individual to work with me and build a business together, and that was awesome. So I started some process. Well, that all-in kind of mentality, that hey, I'm gonna go all in, not sure this is exactly gonna work out like I want it to, but I'm going all in, and I am going to commit. So I did. I committed on this one path, and Jim Rohn says, get off the fence, because the sooner you do, the sooner you're going to figure out what if that road was right, and if it was right for you, and if you need to be on a different road. Jim Rohn, by the way, was Tony Robbins' mentor. And so I got off the fence, I made a decision, and I chose my path. And then something unexpected happened that I had no idea was going to happen. So and the specifics are that I went all in on building an AI company. That's hot right now. It's a blue ocean. There's so much opportunity, even though a lot of people are jumping in. Let me check the time here. Even though a lot of people are jumping in, there's still tons of opportunity. So I went all in, brought in a guy, and was going all in. And then that same day, I actually went to a hotel and stayed the night and had kind of this kickoff meeting in the hotel room with we'll call him Sean, with Sean, who was going to kind of be the back-end guy and help me build this AI company. And an hour after our appointment and our half-day kickoff exciting event, just the two of us, I met with a gentleman who I'm going to call Charlie. And Charlie I met with in January. Today is May 24th. So January, and then I met with him that same week. So May 3rd is when I did my vision board. Then May 7th is when I met with Sean as well as Charlie that same day. And Charlie said, hey man, you visited me in January, and I still think, I sang for him, and he said, I still think you should do your music. And so what's happened is I've turned a 180. I'm now working as much as I can on building out a speaking, singing, a keynote, what I call a keynote concert speaker, and then singing and songwriting for organizations, creating songs for them. But I did a 180. And I'm just going to tell you, okay, this is the key. The vision board was a massive step. It was a turning point. And I'm just going to say that the more detailed you create your goals, the more detailed you create your goals and the more clear you are, there's something that happens. There's some magic that happens in the universe. Something happens. Things change. So this video is about why or how to be successful, and one of those aspects is create your vision board. Okay, so I created 12 goals, and I didn't want to cut out or print pictures, but you can do that. I visualized and made. I'm an artist, and so I drew my own pictures. So I would highly encourage you to do whatever it takes to finish your vision board and make it happen, and talk to people about it. So my cell phone, which is somewhere around here, let me see, I put my vision board on my cell phone, and that is a massive step there too. Good luck. Make it happen. I want to say that this video, I don't have a camera. This is on my laptop, but I'm just going to start posting because people need to hear other people experiencing things that they can experience, that have changed who they are and their trajectory in their life, and can give them hope. And I'm just going to say that doors open. It's amazing. Start with this vision board. Figure out what you want. If you don't know what you want, reach out to me and we can talk about it. There's all kinds of cool stuff. And let me just give a plug to a term that I've got going on, and it's called a life song. Your life song is your purpose. You got to listen to it, and then you go play it big once you've got it figured out. And part of that life song is determining and defining those goals and things, those milestones that are going to get you to that final lifestone lifestyle. So not sure how much I'm gonna keep posting, but I want to keep posting. So come back, reach out to me. Love to help in any way I can. And if you've got an event you need a speaker for, I'm your man. Let's talk. And if you know of or have a purpose, some movement that needs a theme song, I'm your guy. Thank you so much. Never give up. Keep going. You're awesome. Make it happen. Not tomorrow, but today.